So if you want to hear any lore, and I mean any lore in particular, make sure you're in the Discord, because once a week I will ask a question. First person to get the question right gets to choose lore for the week. And this week's lore is on Christine Royce. Now, Christine is a former scribe of the Brotherhood of Steel. She does have a relationship with Veronica Santangelo, and I believe I talk about that a little bit more in my notes. Something I feel like I was like thinking I might do something about this. I don't think I've ever seen anybody cover the ranks of the Brotherhood, because it just kind of seemed like there's scribes, there's initiates, there's like knights, there's paladins, and then there's elders. There's much more. So she's a former scribe, and it goes squire, hopeful, aspirant, initiate, scribe, knight, knight sergeant, knight captain, lancer captain, paladin, sentinel, elder, and then high elder. Some of these are neat because hopeful is only in 76, and sentinel, outside of the sole survivor, if he goes the Brotherhood route, the only other sentinel is Sarah Lyons. Aspirants are only in Fallout 4. I don't know what aspirant means. Do you have a headache? You need to take a pill to fix that? I don't know. Squires are 3 and 4, but like initiates are all of them. It was neat. I don't think anybody's, as far as I know, I haven't seen anybody talk about the ranking of the Brotherhood and what that entails, really. She's a member of the Circle in the Brotherhood. It's a small collective, and they talk about it a little. Actually, let me bring it up on the wiki. There's nothing saying exactly what the Circle is, other than it's a collective of Brotherhood people, Brotherhood knights and scribes. Maybe a paladin or two. All it says here is after the Brotherhood was defeated at Helios 1, Christine Royce was sent after to go find Father Elijah, right? Now, in behind the scenes, it says, according to Chris Avallone, the group was formed by hardliners in the Brotherhood of Steel who believed the rest of the organization had drifted from the original principles of preserving tech. So the way it's presented, and I always meme on the wiki, but the way it's presented is that it seems like the Circle was a much smaller group. This almost makes it sound like the Circle is that group of the Brotherhood that we find in the Mojave. I'm not quite sure where it falls exactly, but either way, I just wanted to touch upon that real quick. Now, she's sent to find Elijah after the disappearance of him and the annexation of the NCR. She talks about how it got so hectic. Veronica does a lot too, about how it got hectic and things kind of went one way and then the other, and then all of a sudden they're looking for him and they don't know where he is, and next thing you know, McNamara's in charge. She tracks him down all the way to the Big Empty, Big Mountain, right? And when she finds him, he's in Little Yangtze, which is a Chinese-American internment camp. I don't know if I have to explain this, but during World War II, Jewish people, along with a myriad of other people, were put inside of internment camps. And Americans, the U.S. government, did the same thing to Japanese people. This happened. They put Chinese Americans in internment camps during the war, thinking there could be something. It's actually one of my favorite little pieces of old world history, because you get to see how awful people are. And the fact that this is where like the bomb collars that Elijah gets for dead money come from, that he used these people as like, I talk about it a bit more. He uses them as like these walking landmines that he's just like, go. If you go to Little Yangtze in Big Mountain and you walk to the gate, the ghouls, I mean, they've been there for over 200 years. They'll rush to the gate and you'll just see the explosion. Their heads go up. Now, when she enters, Elijah escapes. He gets away. An explosion goes off and she's ambushed by these security robots. Christine then gets taken to the Y-17 medical facility, and there's these security robots that attacked. Then she assumes they were to take anybody who got wounded to the medical facility. Ulysses has an explosion that goes off that Christine records in a holotape. You can hear the explosion go off. And he comes and he takes her to this cave. And whilst they're in this cave, they kind of discuss politics and they talk about the fallings of modern society. They talk about the Legion. They talk about NCR. He talks to her about the Brotherhood. He talks to her about tribes in America and what it means to carry the flag on your back and whatever long sentences he says that don't have pejoratives or nouns or whatever in them. Ulysses eventually meets the think tank, and shortly after that, him and Christine split. He goes the way of the divide. They even speak about the divide a little bit. She talks about how there's nothing there, it's a wasteland, this and that. Christine then tries to track down Elijah further after the split. She leaves with the Mark I stealth suit and leaves her old armor and sniper rifle behind. She then tracks Father Elijah to the Sierra Madre, the casino and resort, and is captured while there by Dog, the Nightkin slave of Father Elijah, and is fitted with a bomb collar, the same bomb collar he got at Little Yangtze. At some point in time, Dean Domino takes her and puts her in an auto dock in the medical district in the villa, and her vocal cords are ripped out of her. It's why she cannot talk the entire time you're with her until the end, which I'm going to get to in a moment. The Autodoc redid this process for 2 weeks. She was stuck in there, and it just kind of kept looping with her in there. Because of this, she has developed severe claustrophobia. She was in a Pulaski. It's the same size for a Pulaski preservation and an Autodoc for 2 weeks, having the surgery done on her throat continuously to rip out her vocal cords. She later will gain her voice in Vera Keys's own hotel suite inside of the Madre Hotel. Surgery was done on her vocal cords, where it was ripped out and replaced with Vera Keys's voice. And she couldn't talk because she physically couldn't speak. When you get her to the Autodoc in Vera Keys's hotel room, it fixes the surgery heals because of that. Then she has Vera Keys's voice. She then uses Vera Keys's voice to open the elevator to the vault in the bottom of the Madre, and then the gold bars, and you leave and whatnot. You let go. So that's pretty much everything on Christine. Depending on which way you end the DLC, she's either alive or she's dead. Just kind of the way it is. So I have a little behind the scenes stuff, some notable whatnots. She's the third shortest character in the game. Her height is only 92% of the normal size. The other shortest characters are Sunny Smiles, which is 95%, Sammy Withers at 92.5%, the Gomorrah Floor Manager at 90%, which is incredibly funny, and the shortest being Irate Ida at 85% of the regular height. Even though she only appears in Dead Money, you can also hear her voice before the Vera Keys voice in Old World Blues and Lonesome Road. That's Christine Royce. That's lore.